Hey, good evening everybody. Welcome to the channel and welcome to what we call our gear room, because this is where we keep our gear. We've got some more stuff in here, plus we got some musical gear and equipment in here, but this is called the gear room. And we actually just got back from our 2-day camp at Osage Hills for our second anniversary. And it's actually getting kind of late on Monday night. And I was about to go through and take this thing apart and just make sure I've got everything out, get clean what needs to be cleaned, get things just sorted and put it away, and kind of get it geared up for the next trip that comes up. So I figured that since while I'm doing that, I'm just going to be going through it piece by piece generally. I'd cut a video about this, just trying to do a one-take thing about this and just kind of take it apart and just say a little bit about most of what's in here. I may not go into great detail about it, but some of it's just, you know, cut and dry. Hey, this is this, we use it for that. Okay, well, but it's not going to be like details of like specs or weight or anything like that. But I do want to start, maybe start going from the outside and then work my way in and just break down what's in my pack. So starting on the very outside, right here, I got quite a bit of stuff out here. So normally this isn't strapped to my bag, but since we were at the walking camp, I had to figure out how to put that on there. But this, even though it's upside down, is, let me get it off of here, because it doesn't live on my bag. This is our Trekology, here we go, Trekology camp table. Just folds right up, as you can see here, just kind of accordion style here. And you can't really see it, but on this side there is the legs and the frame that fold up and this clasps onto it. Use this all the time. Use it quite religiously. Very good thing to have. Next thing I'm going to take off of here are going to be my trekking poles. We didn't do any hiking on this trip. We talked about doing a bit of hiking, but really all we did was just chill and relax and just enjoy it. So, but I'll take these out, and these are the Cascade Mountain Techs. These are the first and only trekking poles I've had. We don't use them much for hiking, but we do use them a lot in our tarp setup. Being the hammock campers that we are, and we like using these for porch mode. These work really, really well for first thing, get porch mode. They're nice and adjustable. They're sticking to the ground. Use these more than anything for tarp setups, but once in a while we will find ourselves on a trail, and being a couple of people of a certain ages, these dudes come in handy. Next thing on here, I'm not even going to fully take off, but this is my camping chair. This is a Sport and Near. I know it's upside down, sorry. It is strapped to my bag, and I don't want to take the whole thing off, but this is the chair that I use all the time. It's about 2-pound chair right there. Pretty easy setup, fairly comfortable. Doesn't have much backrest, but it's easy setup, easy take down, easy to put on the bag. I always have this with me. Sometimes, you know, you're squatting down on the concrete or squatting on the ground or rocks. You want to have a pad on you. Sometimes you just want to take a seat and just sit on a rock. You want a pad. I also use this in my hammock because I got the double layer chameleon, and I'll put this between the layers in my lower area just to kind of keep just that much area right there, just on like my lower back, buttocks, just to reflect heat back to me, stay warm. Coming in here, go ahead and pull this back a little bit. This is my mesh bag, so I do have a wool buff. I've been using this. I didn't wear it, but I did use it to wipe some sweat off, which kind of didn't work because it's just so soft. Instead of like wiping, it just kind of like wants to roll. I didn't feel like it was like the most absorbent thing, but it worked. It did what I needed to. It wiped sweat off my brow. Also, you can use these for various different configurations, such as making a baklava. You can make a beanie out of it. You can use it to pull your hair back. Various different types of uses, or just around your neck to keep you warm. A very versatile thing to have in a pack. This one here is merino wool. It's lightweight. It wicks away moisture very well. It dries quickly, and it's just the most usable thing, most versatile things I have in the pack. It's just a neck warmer, or I just need to keep the dust out of my eyes, or, you know, just various ways to use this thing. Very handy thing. Always have one of those. Also in here I have, let's see, this is my suspension bag. This is what's going to have my Tree straps in here. I've got my whoopee sling in here. I've got the suspension for the tie outs on the side of the hammock. I think I also have the tie outs for my undercoat in here. I'm going to have to go through this bag actually. And so there's my whoopee sling. There's my straps. These are my daisy chains, my spider daisy chain. Very lightweight. And then I've got a nest of shot cord. I really need to untangle this and figure out what's what. Some of this goes to hammock, some of this is just tie outs. I forget which is which. But that's all the stuff. Oh, and I've got this stretch of ridgeline. This is, I was going to use as a continuous ridgeline from one end to the other to just click my tarp onto, but so far I've just been going from just using the tarp itself as a ridgeline instead of, you know, clipping onto. I am going to experiment with that and using some prusik knots, just string this between two trees, put some prusik knots on there and just be able to like adjust my tarp accordingly. So that was a plan that hasn't quite gone through fruition yet. That came from Dutch Work, by the way, because it's got the hook. I forget what the actual name of the hook, but it's got the little hook on there, and it has a Dutch wasp on it too. And anyone who knows me knows I really like the Dutch wasp. But that is just basic hammock suspension, tree straps, tie-out cables. Forgive my throat. I don't know what's wrong, but I feel like I just like could just cough for the rest of the night for some reason. It's just like yeah. It's like the bullfrog has a frog in his throat, which is inconvenient. But anyway, moving on. I also have this mosquito grid that this is a brand new one. You can put these up in the hammock around the campsite. I did a video. I included one of these on it. Pretty handy thing. We actually didn't even open this up. Didn't really deal with mosquitoes too damn much. There was some, but no, brand new one. Haven't opened it. Extra pads for my thermosol. Just have those. We did use that pretty religiously. What else in here? This one here has my stakes for my tarps and tie outs. What I need it for? Just a bag of stakes. And that does it for that. Carabiner. Always using carabiners when you are hammocking. I hang stuff off this. I hang stuff off of these. Like I had my shoes on here. I have taken my shoes out. I have taken my camera bag out, but everything else is pretty much in there. See, just coughing. Just a constant coughing. But I always have carabiners on these because it's good to hang stuff on. On this side, I have my tarp. I keep my tarp on the outside of it because it's the one that protects me from the weather, so it can stay outside in the weather. But this is my, it's not the dragonfly, this is the thunderfly, if I remember correctly. I forget right now off the top of my head who makes the fly series tarp, thunderfly, dragonfly, mountain fly. Off the top of my head right now, I cannot remember who it is. Forgive me. I'll put it up here somewhere once I get research. But this is my newest hammock right here, or my newest tarp. Been using it quite a bit. I really do like it. My wife has one just like it in blue. I did put in some new tie outs on this one. I got the really bright neon green reflectix on there. You can't see it there. It's just ridgeline, but yeah, it's our ridgeline. Take my word for it. I got some on there. It's actually, I think, over here. Come here. You're actually going to be the next pocket, but I guess you'll be this one. This stuff right here. This is the bright neon green reflectix. I got this from Dutch Wear Gear. And I got a 50-foot cable or 50-foot bundle of bright orange. I got the bright green as well. It just needs to show up a little bit better. I feel like I have a cat that wants to come visit me. Is that a kitty that wants to come in here? The cat would want to come in here when I pull out a big bundle of string, but I did redo my tie-outs on this one. It was black reflectix, but the black just kind of like disappeared in the daylight. This shows up at all times, so this is nice and bright, and I like it. I can't wait to get more use out of that. Also in here, I have, this is the spreader bar for the hammock itself. I've got the Dutch Chameleon, and I've got the spreader, the bug net on it with the spreader bar, and this is the spreader bar. Somewhere in here is the bag for that. I'm hoping to find it. What else is in here? Nothing in there. This one here, this is a Grail. It's a Grail water purifier. Just put your water in there. I think I might have a video in there where I demonstrate using this here. It's been a long time, but just a water filter purifier. It's a small one, so if we were like by the river and just wanted to redo our water, we could hold it up. It's kind of hard to push down when it's sealed. There we go. But that's a nice water filter purifier. This one here is the 16 ounce. Somewhere in here, we have the bigger, I think it's 20, 24 ounce, 22 ounce, something. We got a bigger one of these too. Also crammed back here in the bat pan, I kind of got a little space here. This is where I like to put my salt. I use this pretty religiously. It's just a gum boy. This is a gum, oh here it is. A silky gum boy curve 210 fold away saw. Use this very well. We've had this for the last 4 years and it just saws through wood like a charm. I love this thing. Any other goodies in there I need to talk about? Best frame too. Okay, nope, that's it. Alright, so let's sort out the top of this. This is my top of the brain. So I've got sunscreen, which actually this is empty for the most part. Extra sunscreen, it's half the amount, but this is the clear version of it, and this actually goes on really nice. It doesn't have that greasy feel on it, like you've just been handling a bunch of fries. Oh, there is a cat that wants to see me, and there's her tail. Hi, OZ. What are you doing, big girl? Nope. You gonna go follow the missus? No, she's gonna hang around here for a minute. But this here is nice and good. It goes on, as it says, it goes on cool, stays clear, it's not greasy. I've come to like this a lot. This here is my DD bag where I have my toothbrush, soap, toothpaste. I've got sanitizer in there. I have floss in there. Actually, my floss is funny enough in there. Because this is already packed away for some reason. And I just was too lazy to pull it back out. So I just dropped it in there. That's my DD bag, just basic hygiene. Sanitizer, toothpaste, toothbrush. Now we have a little bit more stuff in there, but I need to go through it and redo it. I've got this little collapsible cup that I generally use. Most times I use this is to eat oatmeal out of, which is the last thing I did, and it actually needs to be washed. Part of the reason I'm going through here is pulling out things that still need to be cleaned and washed. So, yep, it's just nice, handy, collapsible. I put a little bit of oatmeal in there, eat it. You can also use it as a cup, bowl for whatever you need. Cuts this right down. Nice, flexible. Well, the ring's not overly flexible, which is kind of good. You don't want to go too collapsible cup, but nice. Takes up a little space. That needs washed. And in here I have my first aid kit. This has a little bit of everything. Pain relief, nausea. I've got tons. I got band-aids. I've got wipes. I've got more floss. I've got the Neosporin bandages. Insect towelettes, dressing gel, just a whole bunch of stuff in here that I hopefully never have to use, and so far haven't. So that'll go back in there. What else needs to live in here full time? At the moment, nothing. I'm going to put, I'll do it later. Okay, so my brain has two sides to it, and now I've got to flip it. I've got to disconnect it first. I gotta flip it over to get to this side. So in here, just real quick, got I got a pack of dude wipes just to kind of wipe the initial ick off of me, like if I'm going to bed or anything like that. I just like, yeah, because you know I don't want to go to bed with like dirty hands and sit all over my face. So that's all right. That's actually the first time I've used a dude wipes. You normally have like baby type of wipes. This is the first time using dude wipes. It came apart easily. I don't trust anything that says flushable. Never flush your wipes. I don't care how many times it says flushable. It comes apart real easily, like it could be flushable. But it's all right. It's a nice, fresh smelling thing. It's first time use. Maybe I'll do it again. I don't know. I've got some additional bug spray in here. You know, I've talked about this. Use the permethrin. This is really good stuff to have. I've got another cellular water filter that just lives in there for whatever reason. Never used it, but I have it. These here are like waterproof matches, and it has a little stripe on the back of it. And I think, yeah, it's just waterproof matches and extra flint. Let's see, what else is in here? Let's see, there's my telescoping bellow for doing fires. There is this is my BioLite. I put my headlamp into this thing here, turn it on, and it just disperses the light very, very well. I use this a lot in the hammock, so I don't have just like this really powerful light just beaming down on me. I can actually soften it and disperse it throughout the hammock. It will also soften and disperse your light throughout a campsite. So this is really good to have just to put your headlamp in or any flashlight and just make better light of it. So this is really good. I always have that with me. Always have this. This is just an extra spool of flashlight. We've gone through most of it. But we do have this. Almost every time we go camping, we end up cutting off just an extra string of this for whatever reason. This last time it was to string up the food between two trees, because the last time the raccoon was trying to get to it. It didn't get it, but it was trying to. We had it in the metal mesh bag, so it couldn't get into it. But we did string it up, so, and I guess it worked. We didn't see a raccoon, didn't have a problem with a raccoon. We also had armadillo, but I always keep that with us at my wife's insistence, almost. It's a conscious decision. Now some extra fire starter in here. This is just a fire starter lick, and this a fire starting wick piece of like compressed wood. This is actually dryer lint. Dryer lint works very, very well for starting a fire. It burns very easily, it burns pretty quickly. This is normally about half of what I normally use in here, so I need to scrape the, it seems weird, but I need to scrape the dryer lint again to get some more fire starter. But it's cheap, it's always available, it's pretty much free, and it really does work really well. It's kind of gross using dryer lint, but it really does work very well. Sorry, not sorry, it does. So it ain't stupid if it works. And that is it for the brain. I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in here, because now that I know what is and what isn't supposed to be in here, including my dryer lint. Don't forget your dryer lint. Get my bug spray in there. That's actually pretty much empty and needs thrown away. I want to keep that out. And I'm gonna put my mosquito grid in that bottom one. Okay, so that is the outside of the pack. Yes. Oh no, I still got these little side pockets over here. So let's pull this out. This is my headlamp. This is just some no-name headlamp my wife found on Amazon one time. Really fairly lightweight. It's got several settings on it. It's got a high and low spotlight, high and low area light. It's got a really good LED red light and a flashing red light. It is USB-C rechargeable. It also has motion sensor setting as well. Gives you your light battery indicator on the side. This is so far the best headlight I have found so far, even amongst the big brands like Black Diamond or Petzl or whoever makes other headlamps. I really like this no-name 15 for 2 camp headlamp off of Amazon, and it served us very well for the last several years. Absolutely love it. It's a good headlamp. Let's see, I also have my handheld flashlight that, you know, for whatever. Never have too many flashlights. Didn't use it, but always good to have. Never know. And I think that one's already cleared out. And then I got this side over here. Not sure what's in here. This is the extra headlamp that wasn't so great. One of these is great, one of these isn't. One of these is USB-C, the other one isn't. I forget which one, but they're both USB. I don't know. My wife said she was having a problem with one of these, and I don't know which one or what, but I'll give them a charge and see what's going on with it. See if I can tell if there's a difference of some kind. One has red buttons, one has gray buttons. So far, that's the only difference I can tell between the two of them. This one here is flashing. It's blue light, so it's got low. This one here is the one I've been using, and it's still blue. I haven't even charged it one time. She charged this one twice, apparently. So, I don't know. Press it down, goes right off. Press it down, goes right off. So you don't have to cycle through it all. But, well, it's supposed to. Come on. Demonstrate. You're not demonstrating very well. Oh, that's why, because that was on. The motion sensor was on, so that's why that wasn't working. But still, one of these is having some battery issues, but still we have use these, and they've been a very good headlamp. So you got one out of however many we have. Lighter, chapstick. If you want to have fire starting, you got to have something to strike it with. Lighters are handy. Alright, so that's everything on the outside. Yep, okay, so let's start digging into the inside. Actually, let's get my outside put back together so I'm not just having stuff strewing about. Because part of this was about organizing it and not just, you know, stringing stuff everywhere. Which one of these was dying, which one wasn't? That one is my... And the cat too that wants to come visit me. Psst. What are you doing in my closet? Why are you both in here? What's up, little kitty kitties? And you too. They're about to make this place their play day. So anyway, the cats are in here. So moving from the outside, we're going to go into the inside of the bag. And this one here is just kind of like crammed together. Okay, we're packing out. So it's a little less organized coming out than it is going in. But either way, that's what we do. These are the pants that I wore into camp. These are my 511s. They're pretty heavy and bulky, but they are ripstop. They are durable. They got stretch to them. A lot of pockets on them. Not the pockets. So, but I wore those in. So let's see here. This is my Thermarest collapsible camp pillow. She has one just like it, but with moon print. This is a really good pillow. It poofs up pretty nice and solid, and it's not air. It doesn't have that real velvety thing. I don't like the velvet touch on the back of the pillow because being a bald person, I get the hairs on the back, and it just sticks, right? I don't want my pillow like really sticking to me very much. This one I don't seem to have that problem too bad, and it's, you know, it gets up nice and poofy, and it also collapses down pretty decently. It's a little bit of a struggle to get down here and get the string around it, but once you get in there, it collapses pretty good. And again, it gets just right up. Good pillow. Going on in here is the hammock. This is the Dutchware Chameleon. This is the camp hammock that I have. I've been loyal to this one for several years. I haven't even looked to really replace it. I got a little couple holes in my bag. That's all right. It'll be fine. But it's a good hammock. The modular design. I got the bug net on here with the spreader bar that this thing here attaches to. So really good hammock. Been very loyal to it. I love this hammock very much. Absolutely a win. Let's see. This is my hang tight 40-degree underquilt. Yep, that's it. Smells like permethrin and campfire, which is a weird combination, but that's the underquilt. It says 40-degree, but I still get cold in it. Let's see, this is also the matching 40-degree top quilt from Hang Tight as well. These are Hang Tight is on Etsy, by the way, if you're looking for them. This is the 40-degree. I like this one here. This is the top quilt. This is the underquilt. Because I sleep cold, I did double wrap with a 55-degree puffle. Sierra Madres who makes that. But I do sleep cold. It did get below my threshold and, you know, call me weak. I don't care. I sleep cold. And I get cold easy. So I did double up with that, and I was much better off. So I slept well though. I slept late too. Moving on, let's get into the kitchen gear. So some people probably disagree with this because it is just ginormously bulky, but this is my Jetboil setup. So I have got the Jetboil Flash. I've come to like this quite a bit. I'll talk about this for a second. I like it. I like that it's just all like one unit. It's got good wind protection on it. Being in Oklahoma, you know, the wind comes sweeping down the plains as part of the state song. So having wind protection on my stove is kind of important. It's got a 1-cup measuring cup on the bottom that you can also use as a bowl. The lid itself, you can either use it to sip from. It's also got a straining option here on the lid. So if you got noodles in here, you want to drain off the extra water from that or rice, whatever you're doing, you can do that. It also fits its burner inside of it. which I like it. It's a bulky burner. This is a big far cry from my little MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe, right? This is a much bigger setup, but I do like that. This is one of the things I like about this so much. Is unlike the Pocket Rocket or the BSR or whatever other camp stove, when you put it on, it can still slide, and if you're not like level, it could be unsteady. This here actually comes in and it has little holes. I don't know how well that's showing up there, but it's got these little holes and divots in there that line up, and you twist and it locks onto it. So your cup is now attached to your burner, that is now attached to your stove, that has, you know, the stability thing, the stability foot thing on there, and it just makes for a much more, what I feel, stable cooking environment, especially if you're doing with boiling hot foods. The water's in here, you got winds, you're at stable, unstable ground, whatever. I like that it just locks in there. That is, it's just a good feature for me. And call it trick, call it a trend, call it a fad. This thing changing colors as it heats up is actually really cool. It takes the timing out of it. You don't have to keep an eye on it. You just look at it, and depending on how hot you want it, you let it. If you want it like full boil, take it all the way. If you just want some hot water, you take it down to here, whatever. It's just a good measurement on how to judge how hot your water is. It's got this good insulator on it, so when you pick it up off the burner, fresh off of it, it's warm, but it's not going to burn you. It's got this hand strap so you can control it really well. I do like the jet boil flash. I know it is bulky, it is big. It takes up a lot of room, but again, none of it, we're not doing this for being through hikers. We're just car campers that like to pack out of our backpack, because it keeps everything together nice and neat, and it helps to minimize the things that we have. We don't have like big giant 4-room tents and, you know, oversized sleeping bags. What our basic needs can fit inside a sleeping bag or inside a camp backpack. So I like that. And yeah, it is bulky, but so far I do like it. It's been fun to use. It's been efficient. I did go ahead and get the large one because we tend to use it quite a bit. If we're, you know, we make coffee in the morning. I'll let me have hot chocolate at night when I'm camping. Any water that we need for cooking or even cleaning while I cook, we like heating of water so we can have hot water to cook to clean with. So we end up going through fuel quite a bit. So I opted to get the big giant one. I forget how much this is, but it's a big one. I don't see where the thing is, whatever, blah blah blah. It's a lot, okay? It's a big fuel can. It's lasted us so far quite some time. Maybe, let's see here. Oh, another thing that I've already taken out of this, actually I haven't taken it out, it just wasn't in here to begin with, is I've got a GSI minimalist cup that also has a similar sleeve over it. The thing comes out, you can use it as a cook pot. I do like using that. It does make good for having just a small cup instead of this massive thing right here, because even though it's this size, the safe water level is right here. It's 2 cups. But so if I'm just having like a cup of hot chocolate or coffee, this is just a little overkill to be like so. So I like having my smaller GSI minimalist on it with me, so I just have a dedicated cup. Let's see, one of the last things that's coming out of here, I think that's the last thing coming out of here, and there's the bag for my spreader bar I was hoping to find. Yes, awesome. And I think this is the last of it. This is my clothing bag. I know I packed up quite a bit of clothes, but I was planning on either getting wet or in the kayak or hiking. I was just preparing for several things, so I packed accordingly, you know. And so, and I've got my smart wool leggings for at night. They're really good, keeping you warm. This is a Eddie Bauer shirt. I slept in this one. It's a good shirt to have. Swim trunks that are still bone dry because we did not go swimming because Tan Creek was depressingly dry and unusually dry. Let's see. Underwear. I do like this shirt here. It's kind of like a Columbia shirt with the netting and the pockets and whatnot. It's like one of those Columbia fishing shirts, but this is actually Roundtree in York from Dillard's. I like it because it is really lightweight. I mean, this is just one of the lightest shirts I have for its style. I got stuff in the pocket still. Check that out. Okay, cool. Set that aside. But compared to the Columbia shirts that I have of the same style, this is very, very light and breezy. It's just silky soft. It's good on the skin, it's breezy. I love this shirt so much. I wish I had more of them. Even compared to the Columbia shirts are the same. I like it. It's probably not going to be like snag resistant or tear proof whatnot, because it's not like ripstop or anything like that. I don't know why I said ripstop like that. It's a Dillard's brand. It's brown chain York, but it's been a good shirt. I like wearing it outside. And all of this, by the way, needs washed. Let's see. This is my, speaking of Columbia, this is one of my fishing shirts. This is, you know, SPF like 50 something. It's long sleeve. If I went on the kayak, which we didn't. So that wasn't used. Let's see. I got socks. Always got socks. Always want to have socks. This is another shirt that I thought I was going to wear. I pack a lot of shirts. Sorry. Another reason I pack a lot of shirts, because I know it's going to be kind of gross and you probably don't want to hear about it, but when I sweat a lot. The disrespect come out. I hate it. So I tend to like soak things. Not like dripping whatnot, but I still like to be able to change a shirt if it gets too much. It's mostly my head. I will definitely soak through a hat and lick it split. And my hiking socks and the other night socks. So this all needs washed. Everything else never got used. And really, that's most of my pack. That's really about it. I didn't pack food in here this time because we did have the cooler and the wrap pack. So we did do camp kitchen. We were walking about 100 yards or so from the car to the campsite. So we're able to take the food, and being that we're there for 2 nights and 2.5 days, and it's our 2-year anniversary, we're going to bring extra stuff. We're going to bring sodas, we're going to bring some beers, we got some hot dogs and buns. I mean, we're going to eat. All right. Okay. We're not on trails or anything. We're not trying to survive out of our backpack. We like packing in the backpack because it reduces. It forces us to think smaller, so we can have room and take like extra foods, because we like to eat. Okay, we definitely like to eat, so we definitely pack food. But that's the general of my camp bag for this trip anyway. It's just some lightweight, stay warm gear for a couple of days, a few clothes, nice big jet boil that came in handy, and that's it. And to top it all off, I carry all this. This is a Gregory Stout 45 to 55, because it does have the adjustable frame that can be adjusted. This has adjusting straps. Back here is adjusting straps. But this is the Gregory Stout 45. So far it's been a good backpack. Nice, good, sturdy. Even has what do you call it, bottom access. This is what it has. It's got bottom access. Loose for ice axe, trekking poles. They strap up here pretty well. You saw how I took those off. Got a big mesh pouch over here. Good solid internal frame. Fully adjustable torso. Even has little markers on it. Like you got large, like not so large, medium, not so medium, small. So good ventilation. Not a bad pack at all. It carries the weight very well. It carries all this nice and neatly. It was a heavy bag this time, I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty heavy bag, but once you get it strapped on the hips and balanced right, it's a good bag. It carried the weight pretty well. I like it. But that's it. That's the stuff. That's everything I've had in my bag, minus my GoPro bag and my sandals and my cup, because it was already in use and not in the bag. But anyway, that's it. That's my pack. And I hope you enjoyed this, found it informative. Hopefully there's something here that you like, that might have found I may have clicked something in you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And like, subscribe if you like it that much and you want to see more. And other than that, I will see you all outdoors. Bye.